This summer, I took a trip through Italy and Germany with two of my closest friends. We visited 15 different cities in the span of 3 weeks. 3 weeks which were characterized by loads of walking, copious amounts of gelato, and plenty of good conversation. Since I've returned, I've found myself ruminating on the trip, and I've struggled to organize my thoughts. This video is a result of those ruminations. One of my favorite parts of travel is the heightened sense of awareness that stems from a healthy blend of anxiety, excitement, and curiosity.
Damn. Aesthetic. That's aesthetic.
This awareness is a cornerstone of the travel experience. It's how we learn more about a city, about a culture, and about ourselves. During our trip, I spent hours wandering time-worn streets, taking note of a city's layout, how its people move about space, and the energy of the town. These nuances might seem trivial, but they're the foundation of a city's character, and they're worth paying attention to. And while I might prefer to wander streets aimlessly, the tourist hotbeds are of equal importance to visit. People cluster for a reason, and observing these scenes offer both an additional view of a city's character and a unique glimpse into human nature. I found this to be particularly true in Rome, where stumbling upon iconic sights and swarms of people only heightened the city's charm. Most of us tend to move through our daily lives on autopilot, ignoring the subtleties that build our culture. But when we're removed from the context of our own culture, we become more aware of the things we take for granted. Acts as basic as crossing the street in Italy or boarding a train in Germany become unforgettable cultural experiences. While observation is often an outward thing, travel also provides a unique avenue for inward observation and self-learning. Humans are intensely emotional beings, and travel provokes plenty of emotional responses. It's these emotional responses where observation is most useful to us. They help us understand ourselves. On our trip, these inward observations took many shapes. It could be something like the nerves leading up to a trip, or the frustration of the inability to communicate. But paying attention to the way we feel as we move about our travels helps us learn our boundaries and the luxuries which matter to us most in life. Though observation is an obvious byproduct of travel, it's worth mentioning because it provides a launching off point for reflection. When we travel, we voluntarily subject our perception of reality to continual blows. We open ourselves up to the idea that there are things beyond our worldview. Most observations we make will either confirm or reject that worldview, and it's easy to leave it at that, but making the effort to think about these observations can help us live more intentional lives. Though we may experience differences in customs or norms, the more worldviews we encounter, the more we realize how similar the human condition is across cultures. This is remarkable to witness firsthand, and doing so opens up a world of possibilities. There is no one way of life, there are only different ways of life, and understanding this allows us to adopt processes and learn from other cultures. Contemplating these differences we observe enables us to build empathy and see things from multiple points of view. Beyond these observations, we must also confront what humans are capable of. On one hand, this means confronting the incredible things humans have accomplished. I was left in awe after visiting church after church, gazing upon the marvelous architecture and design. These extraordinary churches were built centuries ago, and the fact that they are still standing and in good condition amazes me. I was humbled in a similar fashion while visiting the lost city of Pompeii. Wandering the streets of an ancient civilization truly contextualizes the age of humanity in which we live. But humanity is more than achievement and marvel, and we must also confront the unfathomable atrocities committed by mankind. These confrontations with the evil of humanity can be had in several places which continue to show the repercussions of war and utter destruction. A visit to the grounds of Dachau brought us face to face with these horrors and reminded us of some of humanity's darkest moments. But thankfully, humans are learning machines, and heartfelt memorials to the victims of such atrocities have been erected. These memorials remind us of the human capacity to recognize wrongdoing and change. Though observation and contemplation are important, there's certainly more to travel than just that. Namely, fun. Fun is a big part of why people travel, and everyone has their own definition of fun. People close to me know that my idea of fun is exploring a city by way of coffee shops. There's little I'd rather be doing than enjoying a nice brew in a cafe, and then another, and so on. We visited over 20 cafes during this trip, and for this reason, I am eternally grateful for my friends who put up with me and my idea of fun. But believe it or not, fun can be had in ways other than coffee. Fun can be spending a day walking through Florence, just looking at doors. It can be exploring or cooking a meal with a close friend. It can be riding bikes on an abandoned airport runway. Fun can be admiring statues in Rome. And fun can definitely be drinking more coffee. In all seriousness, I had a ton of fun on this trip, and that was in large part due to the people who I experienced it with. I made some memories that I'll never forget, and I'm extremely grateful to have the opportunities that I have. If you get the chance to travel, do it. But remember that travel isn't necessary to observe, contemplate, and have fun.
Bad artificial intelligence. Bad artificial intelligence. Bad artificial intelligence.
Bad artificial intelligence.
Bad artificial intelligence. Bad artificial intelligence. It's bad artificial intelligence. Hey, what's my motivation here?
A brioche.
Crikey, we got a wild Nathan on the run. Let's go see if we can poke him. I'm gonna poke him with the stick. He seems angry. Let's poke him with the stick.
No, the tables have turned.